What's going on, everybody? We have got exciting news today because Pokemon GO released some brand new promotional artwork for their 7th anniversary celebration, and with it comes a bunch of new Pokemon that we've not seen in Pokemon GO yet. So it seems like it's foreshadowing what we are going to expect within the next year. And so I wanted to look at this with you guys, break it down, and see what we can get excited for, what we could possibly expect, and when do you think we will see these additions to Pokemon GO? So they've done this before. They've released a Pokemon GO artwork for a lot of their anniversaries. They did one last year, and a lot of the Pokemon that were on there have been included in Pokemon GO already. So we're going to look at that in a second here, and then we're going to look at the next one and cover everything that is already included in the game, what has been missing from the 6th anniversary artwork, and what would possibly be missing in the 7th one. So this should be exciting. Let's get into it. So if we look at the picture of last year's Pokemon GO anniversary, the 6th anniversary, you can see there's a nice little beautiful picture, much like the one they just released today, and it's filled with Pokemon that basically all of them have been added into the game already. It's kind of like a precursor of what's to come. And basically every Pokemon that you see here has arrived in Pokemon GO, except for one exception that we'll talk about, and also Turtonator just made the cut. Turtonator literally was in the last event right before the 7th year. Look at how smug it looks too. It's just like, yeah, you know, I was part of year 6, see? We didn't make it up, I was here. It's okay, sure, dude. So take Turtonator with a grain of salt here for any of the other Pokemon that are going to be for the 7th anniversary picture that we're about to look at. Basically what I mean by that is a majority of the Pokemon that are in that picture are most likely going to be showing up within the next year of Pokemon GO. Some of them may just take a while. Maybe they'll just make it at the very end, at the cusp of year 8, if Pokemon GO even makes it that long. There is one Pokemon here on this 6th anniversary picture that I see that has not made it into Pokemon GO yet, and it also is returning on the 7th anniversary. So I think it's almost guaranteed that we'll be finding this Pokemon, and this Pokemon, we'll just say, it's Mimikyu. Mimikyu over here, this dude, this little ghostly dude who's wearing a Pikachu costume because it just wants to fit in. It just wants to be as loved as Pikachu. This guy right here, he's hiding on the 6th year anniversary picture, and he's also hiding over here on the 7th one, right there at the bottom left, next to Snorlax with a sleeping cap, and that's, you know, foreshadowing of Pokemon Sleep, which is coming out, I believe, either like in a week or by the end of this month. But anyways, let's just analyze the 6th year anniversary of Pokemon GO picture here and see what all has made it into the game, and then kind of see what we can or can't expect with the 7th year coming up this new year. So looking at this picture, a lot of the Pokemon that are on it were released after this was announced in the year 2022, which was their 6th year, or they've already been included in the game. So starting from the top left, we have Nihilego floating in the sky. We have Vivian, I think is how you say that thing, floating in the sky in the top left as well. Both of those released in 2022, and we just got done rating for the shiny form for Nihilego in 2023. I mean, you guys did. I didn't do any of the raids. I'm not remote rating anymore, and it's an easy one to take down. I didn't get to it. Anyhow, we have Pikachu with the Pokemon TCG cap on. That Pikachu was released with the, alongside the Pokemon GO themed trading card game, set. This set right here, the Pokemon GO themed card set for the trading card game. And with this, we got to see the Pikachu with the trading card hat there. So that Pikachu with that hat ended up getting released into the game. There's Lycanroc, a cheeky little Cosmog hiding underneath our trainer, and as you guys know, we just were able to get another additional Cosmog, or if you bought the special research, you got 2 extra Cosmogs within the last couple weeks or month. I don't know, time's flying by for me. We've got Incineroar, Professor Willow looking a little too smug with his 7km egg there. I don't know what you got hiding there. A lot of the 7kms aren't exciting for me right now because they can't be shiny. From my experience, I think they're all like Hisuian right now. We've got a Brioni flying on a Togekiss because why? We've got a Venusaur on a gym, a Mega Venusaur. We've got Mega Latios and Latias back there. We got both of them, and those got released in 2022. Mega Charizard, why? Another Vivian. Down here we have Ree, which I believe Ree was released in 2022. Alolan Vulpix and Ninetales. Slowpoke, which is kind of foreshadowing to the, the community day that we got with Galarian Slowpoke and all that, the shiny getting released. Shaman, There's Turtonator looking smug as ever for actually making it in this freaking year. Oshawott Charjabug, which got released in 2022 as well. Phalanx, which was 2021 for, I believe, Ultra Unlock for GoFest in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's the Galarian Stunfisk, which has been out terrorizing everyone in the Go Battle League for far too long, but it is part of the game. So last but not least, Mimikyu there is hiding at the... Well, it's actually not hiding. It's just kind of front and center. So it's kind of sad that that one didn't get released before the new year. But the point is that everything on this picture, besides Mimikyu, has been included in Pokemon Go. It has come true. This foreshadowing of things to come picture here. So that was the 6th year. So now let's go ahead and look at the 7th year anniversary picture that they just posted and analyze what we could be expecting in the next year and what to be excited about, because honestly this one looks cool to me. Alright, here we are, the year 7 Pokemon Go anniversary picture here, and already I like this one a lot better. Not just because it's new, but Golden Go and Gimmighoul are like top 5 favorite Pokemon for me, and they're just front and center, and all the Pokestops around are all gold. Because as we've seen and know, we have golden lures and those Pokemon in it, but just golden Pokestops and the color gold just looks so, you know, it's fantastic. So we're just cutting right to the chase since we've been talking about Golden Go, Gimmighoul, and the golden lures, is that those guys have already been released in the game. And here they are front and center. But on Golden Go's little thigh there, I was going to say it was on the board, but that Pokemon is holding on for dear life. That Pokemon holding on for dear life is Hatenna, which is a psychic Pokemon from Pokemon Sword and Shield, aka Generation 8 for Pokemon, and it is part of a 3-stage evolution family, which eventually evolves into a psychic and fairy type, Hatterene. It goes from Hatenna to Hatterene to Hatterene. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but it's one of the more popular ones from Generation 8. So, interesting to see that there. It's kind of like the Ralts of Generation 8. This is really exciting for me because this means that we're going to be getting a lot more of Generation 8 being released within the upcoming year for Pokemon Go, and that generation holds a special place in my heart. That was my first, like, coming back to the main series of Pokemon ever since Pokemon Go reinvigorated my Pokemon love, right? I never played Pokemon Sun and Moon or Generation 7, so a lot of those guys, while cool, I don't have like a special connection really to any of them. So a lot of these ones that are in the picture here are pretty like, I don't know if nostalgic's the right word, but it's like, hey, cool, we're gonna be seeing them. So let's just start top left, go right down like a snake, okay, while we get everything. So top left, we see the Alolan Ninetales in Go Battle League there, right? Battling it out. Alolan Ninetales is very popular. I think it's fighting, it's an Altaria, okay, so that Altaria's pretty screwed. It's pretty done for. But we do have a Murkrow and a Honchkrow here, which is interesting because, I mean, sometimes they just add, like, Pokemon that have been around. Like, hey, here they are. They're cool in these pictures. But we did see that Slowpoke in the year 6 picture. So maybe, I don't know, maybe a Honchkrow Community Day or something for... I don't know. I mean, I don't want to put that on us. Okay, if that happens, it's not my fault. But, you know, I don't know. I'm analyzing. Next up, we have Mega Tyranitar here, which we all know is going to be joining us in Mega Raids on July 25th. So that's coming very soon. So it's foreshadowing that. That guy's not in it, but he's coming. Then right there, he's not riding on this tail here. He's just floating. Maybe he's on a gym. Maybe Tyranitar's on a gym. But we've got the Mega Rayquaza front and center, going to absolutely dominate Pokemon Go this summer for Go Fest in August, starting with Osaka, Japan, and ending with New York, and then Global Go Fest. So all of August will be dominated by this here Mega Rayquaza, so that's pretty sick. And then it ends off at some new Pokemon here, which I'm really excited about. This bird, well actually let's go to the top. We'll get to the bird. I'm very excited about the bird, that's why. I mean, you know, I like the legendary birds. I guess I'm a bird guy. But at the top here we have Naganadel, I believe it's how it's pronounced. This is from Generation 7 Sun and Moon. It is an Ultra Beast that actually has a pre-evolution stage known as Poipole, and it's pretty cool looking. I was gonna say it was bad. Pretty cool looking. It's a Poison Dragon type, and the dude just looks like I would have loved that when I was a kid, you know? It looks like a toy I used to have. Like, that's what it looks like. I feel like I would love that. Then directly underneath Naganadel, that guy, we have Hisuian Lilligant here. So it's not just normal Lilligant, this is Hisuian Lilligant, which is cool because we're going to be getting Shiny Petalil released in Pokemon Go Fest this year. Its Shiny will be getting released. So if we are able to evolve our Petalils into Hisuian Lilligant when this comes out, that means we will be getting Shiny Lilligant Hisuian very soon. Well, maybe not very soon. It could be like Turtonator. This could be happening a year from now, but that is the Hisuian form, and we have a bunch of Hisuian forms already, like Voltorb and Quillfish and Overquill and all that, so exciting there. And Lilligant is riding on Corviknight, which is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. One of my favorite Pokemon from Generation 8, and also I think it's actually my favorite of the like Route 1 bird families. So like Pidgey or Tailo or Starly, those families, this is a 3-stage evolution. Corviknight, this guy right here, is the final stage of it. The first is Rookidee, and then Corvisquire, then Corviknight. I love the names because like Rook, Squire, and then Knight. It's very medieval. This dude is a flying and steel type like Skarmory, so very interesting. I wonder if this will then replace Skarmory in Go Battle League. Any Go Battlers, if you're watching, let me know if you guys already know if this dude's stats kind of like supersede Skarmory, because that would be interesting. We might say goodbye to Skarmory. I'm okay with it. Next up, we have the elusive Kecleon here, which thankfully we caught all the ones we needed to catch. I still need the shiny, but we caught all the ones we needed for us to get our shiny Jirachi. He's sitting on a golden lure, and then right underneath, look at this dog, this pooch right here. This dude, believe it or not, if you don't know already, if you probably already know, but if you don't know, this is 10% Zygarde form. What does that mean? I don't know. I didn't play Gen 7. A lot of forms and weird stuff happened there with aliens and wormholes. I'm a big boomer when it comes to the Pokemon games that came out on the 3DS. A lot of that's pretty foreign to me. But Zygarde, 10% form, or just Zygarde in general. Zygarde is the 3rd legendary for X and Y. Does that make any sense? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. If you don't play the main series, X and Y is Generation 6, where Xerneas and Yveltal come from. So the X for Xerneas and the Y Yveltal. I just got confused because Xerneas sounds like that would be with a Z, but it's with an X. Maybe it's X Xerneas, I don't know. But Zygarde is like the Z one. And they actually showed Zygarde in promotional photos for Pokemon Go. Like they've showed Zygarde. And the one that they showed is the first introduction to Zygarde ever. The serpent-looking one is actually known as 50% form Zygarde. What? But the Serpent 50% form was introduced to Pokemon in Pokemon Generation 6, X and Y. And then for the Alola region, they introduced 2 different forms of Zygarde. 10% Pooch Puppy Dog form, and then they have just the complete, like, Megazord one. I'm fairly confident that Zygarde will be coming to Pokemon Go before summer of 2024, since they had shown some of it before in the promotional photos. The fact that they're featuring it twice, that means it's gotta be coming soon, right? I'm just not sure how they're gonna do it. It's probably just gonna be in raids, like here's Puppy Dog one, and here's the 50% one, just in raids, probably, but the fact that they've shown it twice, it means it's coming. But then sitting on top of Zygarde and right below him are the starters from Generation 9, the brand new Pokemon games Scarlet and Violet, where Gimmighoul and Golden Go are from. The Paldea region is what it's called. Not Hisuian, not Galarian, but Paldean. Actually a whole new region, a whole new generation of Pokemon, and these 3 are the starters. So the one sitting on top of Zygarde there, the little kitty cat, is Sprigatito. It is the grass starter, kind of like the Bulbasaur of that generation. Underneath it, that pepper apple looking dinosaur guy, that is Fuecoco, and that is the fire type starter. So the Charmander of that generation. And then to the right, the suave, slicked back hair Quaxly right there is the water type starter. And spoilers, they all have 3-stage evolutions. The grass one turns into a grass and dark. The fire turns into a fire ghost. And Quaxly, the water, turns into a water fighting. So we don't have many water fightings. We just have Keldeo and Poliwrath. So that should be interesting when that comes to Pokemon Go, because those guys can be very useful in Go Battle League as well. That to me excites me like crazy, because while I have a special place in my heart for Sword and Shield, the Paldea region, Generation 9, has some of my favorite Pokemon of all time. That is one of the best Pokedexes that they've introduced into the game. So coming from Boomer McBoomer of Pokemon, I love that generation. And those starters are great, and the Pokemon, they've got a Dolphin Pokemon, right? They got, its evolution's not all that good, but They have a dolphin Pokemon. They've got a Pokemon made out of dough that's a dog called Fido. It's insane. It's fantastic. They have a Tumbleweed. I know it doesn't sound cool to you guys, but they got a Tumbleweed. Also, Donphan from that generation gets a futuristic form and a past form, Paradox form. So it's like Robot Terminator Donphan, and then Ooga Booga, how do I make a fire Donphan? I can't wait. This is exciting. This is exciting. I want more Paldean in my game. But then hidden underneath the Zygarde there, which it looks like it is kind of blending into the background here, is Alcremie. So this one's not from the Paldea region. This is Generation 8, so we'll probably see this one pretty soon here. I'm curious on to how it's gonna, honestly, you know what? It's probably gonna show up through regionals, much like Vivian. That's probably how it'll show up. But basically, Alcremie here is the cream Pokemon from Generation 8. It is the evolved form of the Pokemon Milcery, which... interesting design, but basically it's supposed to be milk and sorcery. That is what the name comes from. So I call it Milcery. Some people call it Milkery. That could work too. But like sorcery, that's why I call it that. And Alcremie is like alchemy. But basically, they are the cream Pokemon. And when Milcery evolves into Alcremie, it can have different forms or flavors, is what they refer to it in Pokemon. It has different flavors. There were different methods on how to get that in the main series. Obviously, that will be different for Pokemon Go. I would imagine it would be something like Vivian, where it's like, ooh, if you're in Italy, you get the gelato flavor, which I don't know what the flavors are. I don't have them all memorized. But there's a bunch of them, and they all look pretty cool. And this guy also has a Gigantamax form. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm assuming everyone knows what I'm talking about, but just in case, Gigantamax is the, like, gimmick, like the mega Pokemon that was introduced in Generation 8. And basically, they turn into gargantuan, like raid bosses that we battle, but they have different forms. And Milcery is one that has it, so... interesting that they're showing a lot more of the Galar region. I wonder if we're going to be getting the Gigantamaxes introduced into the game by next year. That would be very interesting to see. To the left, we have Diancie, which is the mythical we will be getting for Pokemon Go Fest. We also have Carbink here, which is related to Diancie. Not a pre-evolution, but still related. Carbink is available in Pokemon Go if you were able to get that early. Over here, we have a Zorua hiding behind a Pikachu, sticking its tongue out, being all nasty. Which is really shocking, this Pikachu here, that someone would have the audacity to do that to them, and even the trainer. I don't think there's much to look into for this guy here. It's basically just saying Zorua is in the game, and I think it hiding behind this Pikachu, sticking his tongue out, I think that's just saying that that Pikachu is the Zorua, like freaking out her buddy Pokemon, because like Zorua takes the form of your buddy Pokemon in the game, so it's kind of like, whoa, wait, what does that do in there? I think that's what that's insinuating there. After that, to the left, we have Hisuian Goodra. So already in the game, we have Goomy, Sliggoo, and Goodra, and this guy here with the snail shell tail. Oh my god, say that 5 times fast. The snail shell tail there is the indicator that that guy is Hisuian. So we have Hisuian Lilligant up there, Hisuian Goodra, and we are getting shiny Goomy during Go Fest, so we might be getting those Hisuian forms sooner than later. Probably around the time Go Fest comes out. Honestly, that would probably be like part of some Ultra Unlock. And right below it, we have Pooper. It's Paldean Wooper. Paldean Wooper is basically how there's like a Galarian Stunfisk or a Hisuian Goodra. Wooper gets a different form in the Paldea region for Generation 9, and it is this brown little dude here with the seemingly like skull and crossbone type antennae, and it ends up being a poison and ground type. So Pooper's coming, which means we're getting its evolution, which is a new Pokemon. It doesn't evolve into Paldean Quagsire. It actually evolves into a Pokemon called Clodsire. So cool if we can get Clodsire before we get all of Generation 8 and 7 in there. And then last, but certainly not least, we've got, there's a little Gimmighoul there, and Snorlax sleeping in the back with its nighty cap on. That is going to be coming to Pokemon Go when Pokemon Sleep gets released by the end of this month. There's a new device that has been released by Pokemon Go called Pokemon Go Plus, which works with Pokemon Sleep. So if you link your Pokemon Go Plus with Pokemon Go, you get a Snorlax with a nighty cap. I don't know if there's going to be other ways to get that. I think that's going to be just their gimmick for it. So I'm not sure, but that Snorlax is confirmed to Pokemon Go. Oh god, dude, how did I even forget? We almost forgot. I said last but not least, but there's Mimikyu hiding down there. Mimikyu again. So we gotta be getting Mimikyu before next summer. That would be so mean of Pokemon Go to just keep featuring this guy in the freaking pictures when all it wants to do is be loved and included, and then just keep leaving it on the wayside. I almost did. Oh my gosh. But basically, what I was saying was with the Snorlax with the 90 cap, that's confirmed to be coming to Pokemon Go. The Tyranitar that's Mega is confirmed to be coming. The Mega Rayquaza is confirmed to be coming. And so a lot of that, the Diancie is also confirmed to be coming. So a lot of those other things, I think we can expect very soon here. So that is cool. I am extremely excited for Pokemon Go's future with this. Like, I mean, I know it's hard to be optimistic with Pokemon Go's future after all of their decisions lately, but I still love Pokemon. I still love these Pokemon, so as long as I can get those in my decks, then I am excited for it. But there you have it. I'm very excited. That is going to do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know in the comments which of these Pokemon you are most excited about to get your hands on and what that you hope will be included in the next year. And also let me know who you think is not going to be included. And don't say Mimikyu. Don't say Mimikyu. We're gonna get Mimikyu. We'll be getting that very soon. Like, basically I'm saying, which one is the Turtonator of this generation, right? Like, there's gotta be something here. I don't know. Pray it's not Corviknight, but you know, I'm probably gonna say it's the Naganadel. The Naganadel, I think, is the one that we're probably not going to see until way later, because we got a whole bunch of guys. But yeah, that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we are going to be catching all these guys whenever they come out. And we're also going to be going to Pokemon Go Fest Japan and New York, and we're going to be covering a whole bunch of stuff there. We got a lot of videos planned, so it should be a good time, and you're not going to want to miss it. Thank you again for watching. With that said, take care, be safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later, y'all.